Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have the March update for NBA 2K23 roster update. So 2K24 did update their rosters about a week ago. Yeah, exactly a week ago now at this point. And I made the update probably 4 or 5 days ago now at this point, but I wanted to get this out to you guys so that you guys could see it in action, so you guys understood that there was an update. Now, of course, one question that's going to be asked is March birthdays. I normally do all the birthdays at the end of the month. It just makes more sense from that perspective. Once the month passes, then I go in and just get all the March birthdays done. It just makes it easier for me and not only you guys, because then I'm not accidentally making somebody a year older than what they're supposed to be and accidentally missing out on somebody and having them a year younger. Because in sports games, age does matter. It determines a lot about whether the value of a player anyway. So, first and foremost, this is a PS5 exclusive roster. Any roster updates I'm probably going to end up doing, unless stated otherwise, are going to be PS5 exclusive from here on out. 2K22 was the last PS4 roster, and now that we are moved on to 2K23, is going to be strictly PS5. I'm sorry to anybody that is still playing on PS4 or Xbox. I'm sorry, I don't make rosters on those consoles at this point in time. I don't have 2K23 on PS4 or on Xbox or on even PC, so it's not like I could even if I wanted to. And / I don't even have an Xbox, and my PS4 is away in storage. So there's no real reason for me to make those rosters at this point in time. So first and foremost, you guys are going to want to head over to the Features tab of NBA 2K23. Head over to Create Roster, Modern NBA Current, User Created, and push triangle and search by online ID. It is GreenMachineSam like always, so there is that. So GreenMachineSam, boom, it'll bring up my roster and you will be able to see all of them. And we'll go over exactly what is going on with rosters. So, of course, there are going to be 4 rosters now that have no injury and 2 that have only the major injuries. So that will be, your ACL tears, your Achilles tears, they're out for probably at minimum half the season or out the rest of the season or something of that nature. So, of course, full injuries and no minor injuries are the 2 rosters that are going to have those injuries. So if you do want those, go ahead and download those. If you don't want injuries, it's these bottom 4. No injury roster update, roster on 2K23 and 2K23 updated. Those will be your no injury rosters, so go ahead and download whichever one you do, please. They are all the same. I just have many rosters out there. Just in case when I go to upload one, it doesn't upload or something of that nature. If you've uploaded rosters on 2K, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it doesn't like uploading the roster completely or at all. This way, at least then, the roster's up there for anybody that does want to go download it, so there are plenty of options. Now, of course, there was a couple players that I did end up grabbing off the marketplace and stuff. Well, not the marketplace. The NBA DNA site and putting them into 2K23. And so some of those players had badges that they weren't supposed to, especially some of those lower rated bench guys. So I did have to take those away, so I did have to adjust overalls accordingly. So there are a couple changes there as well as overalls from 2K24 just being updated as well. So there's a lot of stuff. Now, of course, this is going to be the slow time of 2K, right? We don't have the awards. We don't have, the off-season or after the trade deadline. So it's going to be a little bit slower. There's going to be a lot less stuff to be covered with each and every single video. There's going to be more and more opportunities to not really focus on it right now. And there's going to be less videos, of course, that I'm going to be willing to put out. I think I'm going to put out at minimum one a month so that we can go over the monthly updates. So it's going to slow down. It definitely is. The only major things happening will be the bottom rotations of teams, as well as overalls being changed at most in ages. And then, if there's a contract extension, I don't know exactly when the contract extension period ends, but there is a contract extension deadline probably within the next month or so. If not, it's already passed. So there's not a whole ton to go over, right? It is a bunch of overall changes. It is a bunch of lower tier, bottom of the rotation, 15th, 16th, 17th man guys that are going to have to be moved around, of course. And then, of course, there's the G League. Now, there's not a whole ton going on with the G League. RJ Hampton did sign with the Washington Wizards one. But there's still plenty happening within the NBA, right? There's still plenty going on. There's still plenty of moves being made. So there is, I know the Bulls got a couple new guys. They have Drell, Sango, and Pitim, and then they have the other guy that's on the G League. So he is there as well. The Heat ended up picking up Patty Mills and releasing Drew Smith, who is injured currently at this time. He's one of the guys that will have one of those long-term injuries. I did kick Drew Smith down to the G League. I figured he'll probably end up signing with the G League probably next year at minimum anyway. So I just ended up putting him there. Shake Milton going to the New York Knicks after getting released from the Pistons. He is on a rest of the year contract. As well as guys getting a lot of two-way year contracts for the next 2 years. Guys getting called up for rest of season contracts, stuff like that. That Harry Giles here on the Lakers now, how far has he fallen is fucking crazy. You know, AJ Lawson got a couple-year deal for himself. Jalen Wilson got one. Gillard is now on the Nets as a backup and now on a two-way, as well as, you know, Kendall Brown getting years on his deal. You know, there's just a bunch of different people getting deals on their extra years on their deals to be two-way guys for multiple years, all that fun stuff. There's plenty of things to look at. I do want to gauge something with you guys real quick. I do want to ask how you guys would feel about me creating some teams, possibly, on either 2K24 or 2K23, on some of the all-time teams, to kind of run like an all-time, not an all-time, but like specific years that maybe aren't as up-to-date as 2K would normally do. Because if you've ever looked at some of 2K's yearly teams, there's some that only have like 6 or 7 guys. I know at one point, what was it, the Grit and Grind Grizzlies? Yeah, look how many custom, not custom, non-real players there are. They don't even have Marc Gasol on this team. Like, what's the point of having the 12-13 Grizzlies here if you're only going to have 6 guys and one of them not being Marc Gasol? Like, I really don't understand that. So there is some stuff that I do want to try to do with this roster as well, just besides the current modern NBA rosters as well. I do want to try to go through and get some of these teams done so you guys can run some of these teams as well. I think this roster is really good. I think there's a lot of value here. If you're still playing 2K23, of course, you're probably going to enjoy this roster a little bit more than some of the other people. Like I said, I still play 2K23 a lot. I do want to kind of get into 2K24. It's just the simple fact of the matter that there is, I don't know, 2K24 just feels different to me. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like it as much. Maybe I'm just not as used to it. I don't really know. I think there is a little bit of truth to be said to that. But if you guys enjoyed this video or any of the videos here on my channel, I would appreciate if you guys do stick around and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos like this. I'll be back with more Madden 24 roster updates, as well as draft content now that we are in that season. And of course, 2K videos will be slowing down. Of course, I'm only doing roster updates for 2K, but those will be slowing down just for the simple fact that, yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on with Madden, and I want to focus on that as I'm hoping to grow the channel. Like I said, I do appreciate the support that you guys have shown both the videos and the rosters as of recently. So thank you for that. But with that being said, I'm out. Peace.